What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, Bungie is marathon. Bungie marathon. Sony can't catch a win. Every time they release a game, this is 3-3 now. Every time they release one of their bangers, another game comes along and mollywop, plap, plap, slap. It's ridiculous. This is a little indie game made by 5 dudes, 7 times the players, or maybe 5 times, whatever. Slay the Spire 2 is just killing it compared to Marathon. And I listened to, who was it? They were playing Marathon, and they were like, I think it was Legendary Drops. He said, hey, he played Marathon, blah, 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 right? And then he played Slay the Spire 2, and he couldn't put it down. He was like, oh my gosh. And when he was done, he didn't feel exhausted. He was like, that was fun. Yeah, Bungie's not what they used to be. And I'm not sure what the glue was that made Bungie work for the most part, but I mean, they had good ideas back in the day, Halo and all that stuff, but the infamous Halo 2, the ending, when the game wasn't done, basically, remember that? Man, yeah, man. You know, Microsoft got rid of them for a reason. They owned Bungie, and they said, Bungie was like, we want to be free. It's like, fly away, pigeon. y'all are nothing but trouble. And look where we at today with Bungie. Marathon's a failure. Concord 3 or 2. It's Concord 3 because High Guard is Concord 2, and Concord 1, never forget, worst failure in video game history is Concord 1, the originator. So High Guard is Concord Junior, and and Marathon is the third. Concord the third. I tell you what. Look. I don't think they're gonna make it because the numbers keep going down. I mean, they're in the 70s or something like that. Or I think last time they said anything, I didn't even check. Might have been in the 40s or the 50s. I don't know, whatever it is. Meanwhile, Slay the Spire is like 700,000. Look. I don't make this stuff up. I don't even play either of those games, so I damn sure I ain't paying $40 for that, whatever it is. Yeah, nah. I mean, look, there's some good ideas in there. Aesthetically, it looks cool, but then, you know, like I said, Legendary Drops went in there, and he was like, my eyes, because of all the colors. I look, man, making games is hard, you know. But anyway. Yeah, we can talk shop about Marathon all day long, but it ain't gonna change the fact that it's not gonna make it. It's a slow death. I mean, look, they're gonna put a whole bunch of. I seen a bunch of ads for Marathon. You know what's happening right now? Real quick, a little bit of tangent, but not really. Everything's about to pop off at GDC tomorrow. This week, it's been a hype train. Everybody's hyped about Xbox, about the news, blah, 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 right? Everybody's excited. Zeitgeist, all that stuff. Xbox is in the zeitgeist. Asha, you know, I say the powerful Asha. That's what I call her. King could call her Asha the Great. I'm going to call her the powerful Asha. She's out here. She's smacking people. She's beeping and booping, you know what I'm saying? She don't care. She's the new boss. And she's acting. She's in it. She barely got a toe in the pool. She already in control. She's in control of the messaging. It's clear. And you notice, right? It's clear for normal people. But you see how the donkey unicorns and the ponies try to twist the narrative already. Jeff Keighley tried to twist the narrative. Sitting talking about, their PC-based hardware machine thing. I'm like, it's a console. That's what they call it. It's the Xbox Helix video game console. Not official name, but that's what it is. And so Tom Warren jumped down his throat like, yo, don't you mean video game console? Do you think a Steam Deck is the better? Do you think a Steam Machine is the console? This is why I hate Canadians. Some of them. Ryan Reynolds, you cool. Plume, you cool. Who else is it? Michael J. Fox, you cool. Plenty of Canadians that are cool. Jeff Keighley could kick rocks. Jeff Keighley should never be allowed back into the United States of. I'm just kidding. He come in here so we can make fun of him because he's an idiot. Before I was not offended by Jeff Keighley. I was just like, oh, he's just a harmless, knuckleheaded Canadian who doesn't know any better, language barrier and all that stuff. But but now he's just a dumbass. Okay, I'm a dumbass. He's extra. He's a donkey unicorn dumbass, which is a special distinction. But anyway, back to the other things. So it was the news that Sony had put out this thing called I think it was multiple pricing or something. I forgot what it's called actually, but basically they're doing multiple pricing in like the same regions or different regions based off of, I don't know, your neighborhood. If you live in a poor area, then maybe you get a cheaper price. Or if you're rich, they're gonna pay more. I don't even know how it works, but it's dirty. This is what they're talking about. Oh, we gonna milk our customers for every little. They didn't say it. Now I'm paraphrasing, of course. But Lin Tao was like, yo, we gonna get all that money off of them. Revenue. I'm telling you. And they pulling this. And I'm like, what? Why? And some people will try to come to the defense like, oh, it's because of the exchange rate is different for a different country. No. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about different currencies. We're not talking about that. We're talking, that's different. If you adjust for exchange rates, that's different. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the same region. One person went on, boop, and then one was $14.99, one was $19.99. Like, what the hell is this? They've been doing it for a while, as far as I understand it. So I'm like, are y'all just gonna ignore it? Are y'all just gonna be like, what? Huh? Just gonna, oh, that's nothing. That doesn't matter, right? Because they get passes for being a shitty company. Let's just call it that. I mean, many companies are that, but one of the reasons why I don't like PlayStation / Sony is because of how they do their business, how they conduct business. And that leads me to the last topic I wanted to talk about. And that is, it's the whole kind of discussion that's going around about exclusives. Are they coming back and Sony's being scared, PlayStation's scared, so they're running away from PC, they're coming off of PC, blah, 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 right? Trying to, prioritize their console, their hardware and stuff, and yeah, right? And I'm listening to these creators and I'm like, well, I can't blame Sony for doing that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, y'all are dumb. That's not what's happening. PlayStation is in a position right now where they don't know what to do. So they're falling back on old techniques, old ways, old business models that don't work in this present climate. People, their whole thing about putting their games on PC was to entice people to go buy a PlayStation and say, oh, you got Spider-Man 1, check it out, Spider-Man 2's on PS5 or PS4, whatever, you gonna go buy a PlayStation? And PC people were like, nope. And that didn't work. And so since that didn't work, and since their games are actually hot trash garbage because they don't sell, that's something that people aren't even actually saying. I've heard they're just trying to prioritize so they can sell more consoles so the business will be strong, and they don't want to defame or just disparage their brand and stuff. I'm like, no, their games didn't sell on PC, so what's the point? I mean, look, the point is to make money. But if your game sucks, I'm not saying they suck, but why didn't those games sell as well as the first games? Why didn't Ragnarok sell as well as 2018? Why didn't Ghost of Yote sell as well as Ghost of Tsushima? Why didn't Horizon Forbidden West sell as well as Horizon Zero Dawn? The first games did pretty good. You know why people are saying this? They're saying, well, it was novel. It's like, oh, PlayStation games on PC, and this is when they just started, so they sold, and people were curious. Then they played the games, like, that's all right, cool. Then the sequel came out, and I was like, oh yeah, I played the first one. It looks the same. Not gonna play that. You know why? PC gamers have so many games to play in such a variety of games, of genre, that your same ass games that y'all think are the best thing ever, Donkey Unicorns and Ponies, y'all think these sad dad walking simulators are the best thing ever. You gotta have an arrow, bow and arrow. You think it's the best thing ever, and these PC gamers are like, yeah, nah. I'd rather play Fortnite. I'd rather play League of Legends. I'd rather play Warcraft. They're playing games 20 years old rather than playing your brand new game. I don't even know what the number is for marathon. Speaking of marathon before, but once again, that's supposed to be a banger. That's supposed to be a live service game. Hundreds of thousands of people are supposed to be playing it. They have not cracked 100,000. And the fact that they asked, I know I'm going back, they asked to delay the review until the raid or something comes, that's some bullshit. No. Anybody who delays their review for Marathon because they asked nicely or whatever they said, discredited. Don't listen to them. Their review shouldn't count. If that's the case, is that a new standard then? Okay, so any game that comes out can say, yo, can you wait until we fix all the bugs and the final thing is out because we released an unfinished game? How you gonna release an unfinished game, expect people to like it? That's just an ad. That's poor management. Once again, it's like, yeah, release the game. It's not done yet though. But the fiscal's coming. I mean, look, PlayStation is they running the ship ass backwards. They're running from PC, and the whole thing about I got off track, but I'm getting back to the exclusive stuff, right? So my feeling is I don't like exclusives, because ultimately it doesn't benefit us, the gamers, right? That's why I don't like them. The industry was built on exclusives. A lot of industries are built on exclusive content or exclusive whatever, right? The problem with this situation right now, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, those three in particular, is that Xbox is the only one of the three who are against exclusives. So they're doing multi-plat. They're doing, putting their games everywhere. Non-exclusives, right? Meanwhile, the other two players in this contest are not playing by the same rules. And so they are gatekeeping games. They're doing all these things that seem devious, but they're just kind of old practices. And so I'm sitting here and I'm looking at Microsoft, I'm looking at Xbox, I'm like, yo, Phil's gone. Asha, the powerful Asha, is here now. So y'all need to put them exclusives back in. You need to put them back into play. It could be time exclusives. It could be just I would say do exactly what PlayStation is doing. You take your single player games, single player story driven games that aren't multiplayer based or whatever, and then you and then you take those single player games and then you keep those exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem. Xbox console, the Helix, and PC. Doesn't go to PlayStation. You could put it on the Nintendo Switch if you want to, just to rub it in their face. Do that, but it doesn't go to PlayStation. You need to play this game exactly how they're doing it, so that they can taste that medicine too. You know what I'm saying? And the Donkey Unicorns and Ponies, they gonna hate it, but still, this is what needs to be done because for years PlayStation has been playing a certain game and they've been doing all this money hand and all this exclusive stuff, and Xbox has been the nice guy, the pushover. You can't be the winner if you're the pushover. If someone is in a race and they trip your ass, oh, that's okay, it was an accident. No. They want to make you fail. They're trying to make you fail. They're trying to get you out of the game. And y'all gonna let them? Phil was letting them. Now, Asha's here. The powerful Asha's here. And Matt Booty. Y'all think I'm playing, Matt? That muzzle's off. He's gonna get in somebody. He's gonna get it. Y'all gonna get it. Y'all don't know. And that's why I am for exclusives again. I know PC gamers hate exclusives. They hate people who say they love exclusives and all that stuff. I don't like exclusives like, oh, it's gonna make my console better. That's an asinine. I think Doc Dark did a video about that. That's a stupid argument. That's not why. I'm of the opinion or the approach of you gonna fight fire with fire. If they gonna do exclusive stuff like that, okay, fine. We could do that too. And we got 20 times the games that you have. You got 1 game a year. We got 12 games a year. 12 games that y'all ain't getting. But it's gonna be over here on Xbox and PC. On the Helix. Not on the PlayStation 5. Not on the PlayStation 5 Piston Tech Potato. Not on the PlayStation 5 Portable. Not on the PlayStation 6. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. Not on none of that. Only on Xbox. Need to bring that back. Only on Xbox. I'm telling you. This is the only way that it's going to reset and check these fools. Check Sony, and Nintendo doesn't need to be checked because they don't put the games anywhere. And they're even though they do the same thing, it is wholly kind of part of their ecosystem as far as, Nintendo. And once again, I've always said this, Nintendo is a different product for a different demographic. It's for children. It's literally for children. It's like, this is Jimmy's first console. I mean, now you got the ROG Ally X and all that stuff, so think Xbox is kind of creeping in on that. Sony's going to try to do it too, but they've been failing constantly. And people are like, yo, PlayStation is so good. I bet you somebody's going to say something about, Sony themselves are going to announce, oh, we got 94 million console units shipped. Nah, I bet you a ship number is going to pop out. I bet you it's going to pop out like probably tomorrow or something like that. They're going to try to not obfuscate, but they're going to try to run interference on the GDC happenings. GDC is going to be very interesting. But anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging on, showing the signs, like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this freaking Bungie marathon begging to not be reviewed until they fix their shit. Man, I swear. Look, we say Xbox tax all day long. Y'all don't believe us, but this stuff keeps happening. So I'm gonna call it Xbox tax again. You know what I'm saying? That and freaking PlayStation variable prices and stuff, trying to charge y'all more. Man. And the exclusive thing, man. Alright, I explain why I'm for it. But it's only because that's the rules of engagement as far as I'm concerned. They need to adhere to those rules and start whooping at it. We got so many more exclusives. We have so many more single player games than they do. Keep them exclusive. If at least a year. Give them a year exclusive, then you put it over there. Just like Forza Horizon 5, man. That was 4-year exclusive. And it went over there and it was like, cool. And the thing is like, I think there's only like 2 or 3 games that actually went there day and date. It was Doom, The Dark Ages, and I don't remember the rest. Everything else was time. So, it's but I would say pull it back a little bit, just a little bit, just to give them a taste. See, watch them suffer a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Sony needs to wilt a little bit on that branch. You know what I'm saying? Because they swear, oh, third party's gonna save us all. Blah blah blah. Anyway, I appreciate, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Toot the weed.